Packet Chasers. Packet Chasers in the building. Appreciate y'all for being up in here. Today, we're going to be talking about access control lists. I'm putting together a lab. Next time I go live, I'm going to be labbing on doing this access control list, family. So, basically what I'm going to do is, let me see, switch to, this is how the lab is set up currently. So you give me switch 2, switch 3. I'm gonna hang a PC off of both of these, and this one's gonna be on the 192.168.1.100 net, and this is 192.168.1 no dot 2 dot 100. So that's how we gonna, 1.100, 2.100. That's how we gonna handle that. In using the notes like that I take before I do go into the CCNA lab, I'm gonna jot down those notes and have the ones that we're gonna use that we would be useful in this particular lab. So I do have the ALE note access list extended, and then the command for it is ACCESS-LIST # permitter deny protocol source or destination, and then port number, right? So that's the notes that I will put down, right, for the ALE. I went over all of the notes that I would write down. So on this particular one, we're going to be using the access list standard, so ALS. So we talking about access dash list, the number of the list, source or destination. No, permitter denied, my bad, permitter denied, and source address, source ADDI, right? So those are my particular notes right there. And then ALI, which is access group, GROUP, access group, the number, and then in or out, right? Boom. So these are basically the two commands that you're going to use to, there's only two things you have to do when you applying for an access list, to do an access list. One, you have to create the ACL. You have to create the access list, and then you have to apply the list to an interface, either inbound or outbound. You give me apply ACL to an interface, either inbound or outbound, family. Boom. So this is basically the command structure that we're going to use. We're going to use this to create the access list, 1. And then 2, we're going to use this to apply the access list to an interface, in or outbound. You get me? Boom. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the numbering sequence for access lists. I wrote it down there before, like standard IP version 4 access list, they're going to be typically numbers 0 through 99. And then extended IP address access lists are going to be number 100 through 199. Boom. Right? One other thing I want to talk about is class A, B, C, D, right? 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, no, 0, and then 1, and then 1, 1, and then 1, 1, 1, right? So that lets me know that the class A is going to live between 0 to 127, right? And then 128, and then 192, and then 224. You get me? And then 127. How did I get to 129 from? See, 127, 128 to 191, 192 to 223, 224, and above. That's how you could quickly derive the IP address ranges for class A, B, C, and D IP addresses. That should have been, those are some of the notes that I take down before I get taking my CCNA. Access list is used for typically 4 things: filtering, quality of service, address translation, right? ADDI translation, address translation, and routing protocols. Routing protocols. So we're going to use access lists to control how these things are. We're going to filter. We may have a certain protocol that has a preferred quality of service over another one. We may want to use the access list for address translation, where we translate in a external address to an internal address, and then we possibly going to use them to route and either deny or allow routing protocols on certain segments of the network family. So the last thing that I want to talk about is you want to apply access list closest to the destination. These are, we talking about standard access lists, right? Standard access list, standard ACL, right? Boom. Basically, they're going to deny or permit I don't know why I like permit or deny. They're going to permit or deny a source IP address. A source IP ADDI, right? And these type of access lists are going to be applied closest to the destination. Going to be applied closest to the destination. So for example, in this situation, we're going to be applying our access list on router 2 inbound, or router 2 outbound, because we want it to affect this traffic here. So standard, permit or deny, source, right? This is our source. This is our destination, right? Typically from this interface, and we're gonna apply it closest to the destination, my bad. So we're gonna apply it here closest to the destination from the source, right? standard access list. Permit or deny, source IP, and we're going to apply it as close as possible to the destination. So since we got access to both, we can put it here, but if we only had access to this router, we will put it right there. You get me? We will put it right there. So we talking about this as we talk about source or destination type of. So, right. We may not have access to that router. All right, family. So I hope you got something out of this. Shout out to my PacketChasers. I will be going over how we gonna set up the lab for this. Let me give a quick synopsis. That's it right there. You give me. Whereas we got like we got a PC, a switch, a couple of routers, another switch with another PC on it. That's going to be on a VLAN. That'll be on a VLAN. These two switches, I'm going to put OSPF on these two devices so that these will be pingable prior to applying the access list. Then we're going to apply the access list, and then they should, to whereas they won't be pingable, family. So appreciate y'all for checking me out. Make sure y'all pull up when we go live in the lab. We're gonna be going live in the lab tonight. Like, I typically go live in the lab like around 2 o'clock, family. So I appreciate y'all. Pull up for the lab, check it out. Let me know if you got any insight, or you can help me out if I'm making any mistakes in the lab, that kind of thing. We can lab together. This is your sign to get your CCNA. Shout out to all my packet chasers in the